No sea wind reaches Hades now. Yet every night I hear the oars. I was one of Odysseus's men, and I never saw Ithaca again.
Of the mountain wide, a black wound cut in the island stone. The sheep moved soft in the dying light, but none of us should have gone alone. Bronze at our hips, salt in our hair, Troy still burned in the backs of our eyes. We laughed at the dark, we entered there, and the cave breathed cold as a grave inside. Then the earth began to tremble. Then the shadows learned to rise. Then a single moon of hunger opened in the giant's eye. Beneath the Cyclops eye, one stone became our sky. Stone above and blood below. No wind, no stars, no way to go. Beneath the Cyclops eye, we learned how men can die. Tried to hide was thunder in the giant's eye. He rolled the boulder across the door, as if the night had sealed our breath. He knew no guest law, feared no Zeus, no sacred fire, no offered bread. He took our names, he took our breath, then broke the living for the dead. I still remember the sound they made, bone on rock and blood on his hands. Odysseus stood like a blade in shade, with grief held back behind his eyes. While we were counting who still breathed, his mind was cutting through the night. Wine like fire, wood like doom, a sharpened stake in the monster's room. Beneath the Cyclops eye, one stone became our sky. Stone above and blood below. No wind, no stars, no way to go. Beneath the Cyclops eye, our hope refused to die, but wisdom sharpened into flame, and pride was waiting for his name. Nobody poured the wine, nobody smiled in the dark, nobody watched him fall, nobody carried the spark, nobody raised the burning brand, nobody heard him roar, nobody blinded the sea god's son. But Odysseus would be nobody no more. Nobody, nobody.
The cave cried nobody.
The stones knew more. Nobody,
Nobody.
we live through nobody. But cursed steps. We tied ourselves to wool and breath, to beasts that knew the morning path. Under the bellies of trembling sheep, we crawled beneath the giant's wrath. I crawled beneath the ram's warm breath, with death still wet upon my hands. I thought the dawn had spared my soul, but no man escapes what fate commands. The sea was pale, the ships were near, the oars were waiting black and thin. We should have fled and spoken no more, but glory rose like poison within. He shouted his name to the broken cliff. He gave the wound a king to blame. The blinded sun raised both his hands and hurled our fate into the waves. Beneath the Cyclops eye, we left our brothers inside. Blood on the floor and foam on the sea, their cries still roll beside me. Beneath the Cyclops eye, a king called out to the sky, and from that name the storm was born, and Ithaca drifted farther from shore. Beneath the Cyclops eye, we lived but not as free, for every shore that spared our bones gave one more room to memory. The sea remembers. We escaped the eye, but the eye had a father beneath the waves, and from that shore Poseidon learned our name.